Encounter is brought to you by the Broome County Council of Churches.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light glowing in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. I'm in love with only you.
Well, that is a great introduction to our show today, isn't it, Ed?
That's a little bit different than you normally
Yeah,
do.
very much different. And so we're here talking about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is coming up on the 14th of February.
Yeah, just
every year.
Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday. And the Southern-Tiersmen, they do something special for Valentine's Day. Can you tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that?
every year what we do is we sell singing Valentines. And so what happens during the singing Valentine, and you can order these for either the 13th or the 14th, Wednesday or Thursday. A quartet from our chorus, like the quartet that was just singing, will go out and sing to your sweetheart. They'll sing 2 songs. They'll bring a rose or a box of candy for $40, and for $45 they'll bring both. They'll sing 2 songs, and we'll go any place, in the workplace, at the home. We've gone to schools and nursing homes. We've been all over the place. Bring a little joy, expressing someone's love for another person through singing.
Well, this is an impressive thing. I mean, it's when I think about it, it's more than just your normal Valentine's Day gift, isn't it? I mean, yeah,
it's something special. Yeah, I mean, you get flowers, you get candy, but you can combine those flowers and candy with someone coming in and singing to you. Wherever you are at your workplace, especially, is kind of a special gift, I think, and something that your sweetheart will remember for the rest of their lives.
So what are some of the places that the Southern-Tiersmen have been? Like, what are some of the memorable stories?
We've been in pretty much all the high schools. I think we've been at one time or another. I remember one year when I was going out with a quartet, we had some time off, so we stopped off at one of the nursing homes and said, we'd like to sing for the residents. And so they said, well, they happen to be gathering for their Valentine's Day party. So we ended up doing an impromptu show right at the nursing home, and it was something that they really enjoyed. And we've had times when we went at the end of the day to someone who had just opened a business that really, one of their biggest days was Valentine's Day. And so her husband, the woman who runs the business, had hired us to come sing to her at the end of the day. And his card said, "You've made it through your first Valentine's Day." And she was obviously exhausted and was in the back, didn't want to come out to the front, but literally was in tears when we finished singing. So it was a very special moment for her. And that can happen, as to anyone. Whether it's a special day because of your business just opening, or when we went to sing to my wife at the school where she works, it was still special.
Well, and her name is Rose.
Her name is Rose, so we had to sing "My Wild Irish Rose." Yeah, we'll have these guys sing that a little bit later.
They'll do that.
Yeah.
Well, that's my wife. I gave her it last year, a singing telegram from the Southern-Tiersmen, and the candy and the rose, and it happened during, I think it was during like 5th or 6th period or something like that in the afternoon, and the kids all took out their iPods or iPhones, and they started taping the whole thing as it was going on, and and my wife got all beet red.
Yeah.
Got a little embarrassed, but through the, what happened afterwards was I got this text from her, which said, "You are the best husband ever." It was one of those kind. I won the Husband of the Year award with my wife, and it's just one of those things that that fills her with a lot of makes her feel special, makes her feel like she's loved.
It does, and it's a wonderful gift, and that's the type of reaction we get a lot of times when we go out. We've even my mother is in a nursing home, and we send her. They're out of town. You can do this wherever you are, even if you're not in Broome County. There's a national website, www.valentines.com, and you can find out a course near you. And we did that and sent someone to my mother in her nursing home, and she became the hit of the nursing home because they, again, were at their Valentine's party, and they pulled her out into the middle of the cafeteria, and the quartet sang to her, and she became Mrs. Valentine. So it's a special moment for anyone who receives that type of a gift.
Now, I also hear that they don't just sing the song in front like they're doing right now.
Right.
They kind of try to get on one knee or
some of these guys can't get on one knee, but they try to make it really special. And
right.
The person becomes the center of attention. So
that's always the thing you find about a barbershop is that it's not just the singing, it's the actions that go along with the song, right?
It's like, it's not as staid as it is here because they can't move around.
Well,
much,
of course.
But, they'll make the person kind of sit in a chair or stand and where they're isolated, they'll kind of surround them a little bit and sing to them. It's a touching moment. It's fun for us to do. It's one of the most fun singing that I've had, going around and surprising people, embarrassing them a little bit, and then the tears come, and that their husband or their boyfriend or whoever it is that has got this gift for them is gonna be held in high esteem for quite a while. Get the Husband of the Year award.
Yeah, there you go. Well, could we have another song right now?
Yeah.
Heart of my heart, I love you. Life would be naught without you. Light of my life, my darling, I love you. I love I can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever.
I think our listeners are probably getting more than they expected this morning.
That's right. Yeah, this is normally just talking, and now they're getting a little bit of entertainment too. But those are a couple of songs that traditionally we would do when we go out to do a singing Valentine. And they also get a card that the person who's buying the Valentine for them can write whatever they want on the card. And sometimes those things are pretty touching too.
So how can people find out about or sign up for something like this?
Well, you can call the number that was just on the phone. It's 724-2611. You can also go on our website, which is www.southerntiersmen.org. And there's a Singing Valentine link right on the homepage there, and that you can sign up right online, and then we can take care of getting the payment in later. But either online or call Tom. Actually, Tom was singing baritone there. He was one on the far right. That's his phone number, so if you want to call him, tell him how good he did on the show. I should introduce the rest of the guys. Going from Tom from the right in was our bass was Jim Holder, our lead was Tom Glossick, and our tenor was Dave Andre. So those are the guys that are singing here this morning. So there'll be other quartets going out. So we've got a lot of quartets, enough quartets that we'll do everything we can. So get your orders in, and we'll get out and sing to your loved one.
Now, Ed, I know you're also a church man.
All right.
You're a deacon at St. James Church. Yeah. And why is it important for us to be thinking about Valentine's Day in the context of a church?
Well, it's in the context of the sacrament of marriage, for instance. We don't think often enough, and I think, we talk, my wife and I talk about this all the time, that we need to make time to have a special moment for each other. And Valentine's Day is a day that reminds us of how important it is to say I love you to those that we're married to. And you say it in a special way, and this is a special way to say it. But so much stress is on family life, and especially married life today, with so many things going on. We're all too busy. We don't have enough time for each other. So anniversaries, Valentine's Day, birthdays are all days that we can take a little bit extra time, a little bit extra attention to say, I'm really glad that I married you. And we don't say it often enough, but you're the most important person to me in my life. And this is just a great way to say that.
It is. And so the issue for the church is that this gives it's almost like a pressure valve that's on families sometimes.
Right. Yes.
And places, times like Valentine's Day, times when you set aside some time for the person that you love. I mean, it's reminding. One of the best pieces of advice I ever got given to me from someone was to have a time every week where you spend some quality time with your spouse.
Right. Yeah.
Because it builds up that emotional. I like to call it an emotional bank account.
Yes.
So you add a little bit to the emotional bank account every week, but then at special times like Valentine's Day, you can put a large deposit in, right?
Put a big, yeah.
And
that's true. Even and perhaps especially if you have young children, it's so easy to get caught up in raising your kids that you forget to take care of yourselves as a couple. And my wife Rose and I used to do that. I used to be out doing Saturday evening mass, and when the kids were very little, she'd feed them while I was at church, and then when I got home, while she put them to bed and read stories to them, I would make a dinner just for the two of us, and that was our weekly deposit on our marriage. And sometimes we'd take a walk so we could have an argument, because we didn't want to argue in front of the kids, so we'd take a walk and do it. But it's taking special moments, special time to remind each other that this is the most important person in my life, and that's why when we started doing Singing Valentine's, I had a book one for my wife so I could go sing to her and tell her how much I loved her.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And it's interesting too that theologically, when we talk about marriage, one of the pictures of marriage is